Tanner, thanks for stopping out with us. I
My
appreciate your
pleasure.
time today. This place is beautiful. I was around for your grand opening and everything, and I'm really looking forward to finding out more information about Wundarbar. First, when did you guys really start to develop the idea or decide you wanted to open?
So my husband Nick and I own the venue together, and we first signed the lease at the end of October. So it was a couple months before that we sort of had this little spark of an idea. And then, so we signed the lease at the end of October. We opened for a soft opening March 15th, and then the grand opening about a month later.
What made you guys decide to do this? I mean, it was just something you guys always wanted to do together, or did you just say, hey, let's go do something?
Yeah, it was never the dream to open a venue. My husband and I moved here about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. And two things were at the forefront of my mind when we moved here. And one is that I wanted to make sure that we had queer friends. And the other was that I'm a theater artist, so I wanted to be able to develop a sustainable career as a theater artist, creating the work that I want to create. So we did two things in an effort to make those things possible. One is we started with some friends an event called Guerrilla Gay Bar, which is a pop-up event that takes over non-queer locations throughout Syracuse, and that's been incredibly successful. The other thing that we did, or the other thing that I did to develop a sustainable career as a theater artist, I developed a theater company called Breadcrumbs Productions, and I started that about a year and a half ago in August. And so the two of those grew much more quickly than either of us anticipated. Both of them were doing incredibly well, and then this space opened up, and we thought about it for a little while and realized there was an opportunity here to offer more resources, not only to LGBTQ people in central New York, but also a brick and mortar resource for artists to develop sustainable living with this incredible space. So we just jumped.
It is an incredible space, and I'm glad that you put out there, even though it's Wundarbar, it's not a bar, it is a venue. You have 3 floors that you're working with, and that you're doing all this artistic and everything. And I do remember the opening night, seeing the Breadcrumbs doing their thing extremely slow. And it was really great to sit there and watch them just really do what they were doing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so one of the parts of the grand opening, we had some ambient performers, and we had instructed them to do slow motion throughout the evening until it came time for what we called their spotlight performance. So all of them then sort of broke out of that slow motion into to showcase their talent. So we had an aerial performer, we had a poet, and then we also had a singer-songwriter.
Who was the one with the map? Because I saw that young lady trying to open up that map very slow. And
that's Sora Stoll, who owns the company Circovation. Okay. So she's an aerial and a circus performer, as well as other really incredible talents. So Sora is wonderful, and I've worked with her a lot.
Well, yeah, and you had this beautiful display here from, I believe it was Speech Candy Company.
Okay. Yeah, we had a handful of sponsors who took over various elements of the venue. So Speech Family Candy Company took over the lobby and turned it into a candy garden. And then we had Paranoia take over the loading bay and turn that into a unique boutique, is what we called it. We had Sugar and Company take over the 3rd floor and turn it into this big sort of pastry splatter, like reminiscent of Jackson Pollock and all these donuts on the wall. And then the Syracuse Antiques Exchange took over our gallery and turned it into a VIP lounge.
It was nice. It was very nice. There's a lot going on. It was such a great grand opening.
Good.
And it really did kind of spotlight the fact that you're not just a brick and mortar bar. There's a lot more going on. So you kind of hit on it a little bit, but really, what do you want to tell the general public? I mean, your mission statement and everything is really for...
Sure. So the mission of Wundarbar is to support queer people to be visible and positive, and also for artists to develop sustainable living. And our long-term goal with that, our vision, is to help support a region where queer people and artists migrate to because of the depth of opportunity, not only for sustainable living, but also for social and cultural vibrancy.
Outstanding. Any plans coming up really soon for any events happening here?
Yeah, the calendar has exploded with lots of really great events. So on Friday, we've got 2 events happening. We have a drag queen wine tasting with Lasagna, who's a local drag queen, and then a drag artist is coming up from New York City, and her name is Holly Day, and she's performing in the evening. So that brings us to Friday. On Saturday, we've got another local drag artist named Miss Chocolate Star, and she's performing with a handful of performers. And then a local DJ, Mixed by Meals, is also taking over and doing a set afterwards. So every single day there is lots of things happening. I mean, I just went through the next 4 days, but if you look at our calendar, which is at wundarbarsyr.com, there's a long calendar full of really exciting events that are happening.
Great.
And I would be remiss, actually, if I didn't mention that Isaac Betters is our program assistant and is nailing it with that calendar. He is filling this place with so many incredible events that it's really incredible to see.
So literally, it's probably just like you just went through all that without taking a breath. You probably sometimes feel like this is going on such a wave that you're not ready to take a breath and you're going to ride it where it goes to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely... I am used to hard work, and it is continuing to be hard work, but I love it, and there is a need for it, and we are continually told how much there is a need for it. So it's very positive and fulfilling.
And one thing that I want to put out there is that this is maybe a queer bar, but everybody is welcome.
Yeah, so we are coining this place a queer bar and not a gay bar because we think the term queer is more open and affirming to the LGBTQ community, but also I believe that there is a place for people who don't identify as queer within the queer community. So if they're allied or if they are questioning or whatever, this is a space that doesn't require labels as strictly. But certainly we are very open and welcoming to people who don't identify as queer. Everyone is welcome here as long as you are here to celebrate local artists and celebrate queer culture and queer history and to enjoy a really fabulous cocktail.
That's fantastic. I hope everybody takes a moment, comes down here, sees what Tanner and his husband have done with Wundarbar. It's a beautiful place, it's a great location, and it's welcoming. I really thank you for taking the time with us. And again, that website name was?
Wundarbarsyr.com.
And that is spelled with a W.
It's Wunderbarsyr.com.
Perfect. Thanks, Tanner. I appreciate your time today, and we look forward to great things happening.
Thanks, Fred.